Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am coming on to do a quick project share. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. It was Easter Saturday and I had totally forgotten that I needed to do a project. Well, I haven't done any projects for Easter. To be honest, we don't share a lot of Easter cards and projects in Australia really. So it slipped my mind to make a project and I'd been thinking about some other things, so I wasn't really on top of my game. I'll give you a quick run through of the products I used and then I'll show you what I made. You can see I have my Distress Oxides out and I used two different papers and you'll see why that's significant in a minute. I used Squeezed Lemonade, Carved Pumpkin, Candied Apple, Wilted Violet, Faded Jeans, Peacock Feathers, Peeled Paint and Twisted Citron. These were my sky, these were my grass. I didn't have a green colour that I wanted to use for the grass in the oxides, so I mixed them together. You can see I've got some leftover bunnies. I'm missing a few and a few of my foams. Used my blending tools. Then I used the Lawn Fawn Reveal Wheel Sentiments and Spring Sentiments, as well as the Upon a Star stamps and the Sun Bunny stamps. Those are the first ones that started my love of Lawn Fawn way back with the first Hedgehog Hollow box. I used my Copics for the bunnies. The little ears and noses are R20. I have just repeatedly layered it up to get a darker colour. I used the Warm family WO, W1 and W3. And then for the Cool family I used COO, C1 and C3. And I think next time I would grab my CO out instead of my C3 maybe. Or not use the COO and use the CO C3 instead because I'm not 100% happy with how the blending turned out on them. My colourless blender, but I didn't end up actually using it. I used the Nuvo Clear Mark embossing pad and Memento Tuxedo Black because I took my, well, firstly to use with my Copics and then for my sentiments because I took my archival ink out and now I don't know where it is. And I forgot that I also have archival black in a mini ink, I think, so I didn't think to go and hunt for that. I used my Cutter-Bee scissors. At first, after I coloured, I used the art line. I wanted a darker line, so then I used my Sharpie to add some noses to my little bunnies. If you can see on here, they just have a little line for their nose, but I wanted them to match these little bunnies. I used my embossing tool from EK Success and I used some embossing powder by Celebrations of Australia Hologram Silver. I don't even know if Celebrations Australia exists anymore. I just know that I got a bunch of it because there was a stamping shop in the town where I lived that was closing down, so I used to go in there every time I was in town, which was a lot back then, and buy all sorts of different things to add to my stash because I was a beginner and I wanted to add a bunch of stuff to my stash. So as a result I have lots of embossing powders. What I decided to do was, because a card was not really going to be super useful for me, I decided to make an Easter bag. And our eggs are trying to run away, as you can see. I have filled it full of Cadbury Easter eggs and then I've made a little Easter card to write in. It's easy enough to take off and write in. And then I have made this little topper for the bag. And we have our bunnies and I've added some little eggs. I think I need to add some tape on the back of that egg. It keeps moving. I had a little leftover egg, so I added it to the chick's wing. I have blended my sky. This is on Neenah Solar White, £180, which gave a much softer, that's going to annoy me. This is on Neenah Solar White, which gave a much softer blend. If you want a vibrant pop of colour, the top one is on J. Burrows 250 GSM cardstock. You can definitely see that this is a much more vibrant blend because this is a whiter cardstock, whereas the Neenah Solar White, well, I don't know about everybody else's, but every time I get Neenah Solar White it is an off-white colour. I also used some Zig Starry colours. I used this silvery white one at the bottom here, 906, to flick on my shimmery stars by egg. I didn't use a thick enough consistency on this one, and on this one it's very thick, so they show up really well. But I still like the subtle effect I get on this one because of the subtle colouring. This is my Easter project. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit the bell notification to know when new videos come out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.